'tis the season to get together with good friends and great drinks, and that means it's Miller time.
Since 1975, Miller Lite has been the beer with taste you can depend on. No games, no gimmicks, just great beer. Not only is Miller Lite a great tasting light beer, it's also a great gift for the beer lovers in your life. And for even more gift ideas perfect for beer lovers, visit Miller Lite shop at their Miller Lite shop site, at shop.millerlite.com.
So many great holiday features, collections, everything from cozy beer-inspired holiday sweaters to drinkable ornaments for your tree. This holiday, 'tis Miller time. So enjoy Miller time with friends and family.
Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/redline to find the delivery options near you so you can just give the gift of Miller time this holiday season. Or let's be honest, they sell Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. 'Tis Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Make sure you're drinking Miller Lite this holiday season.
Hey, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Chicago sports fans. This is Barstool Carl.
And Dave.
Chief.
Eddie.
And this is Redline Radio, an all gas, no break Chicago sports podcast brought to you by Barstool Sports Chicago and Miller Lite, our good friends at Miller Lite.
Beautiful.
I have a take.
What do you got there?
Remember
away.
when we drafted the best beers?
Yeah.
Not like flavor of beers, but best
Like
time to have a beer.
yeah.
The post-hunt beer. Incredible beer.
Oh, yeah?
I
Perfect
actually
time for
was like, I craving it. Like I was craving it. You just get back and you're so tired, and there's nothing that like you want more than just
Yeah,
like
and
a
you've been
way to
sitting-
wind down with an ice cold.
In a
Miller Lite.
25-degree tree stand, not moving an inch for 3, 4, 5 hours in a row, and you get to that nice cozy cabin, you flip on the TV, catch up on your sports and whatever's going on in the internet and all that, and you crack a beer, and you're just like,
Well, I bet. Congratulations again.
thank you.
Chief gets shut out.
Again.
Surprise, surprise.
I mean, kind of rude. It's just like a luck thing at this point.
It's not a luck thing.
The wind shifted on us. We were watching these deer come in for 45 minutes across like a 300-yard field. They get to about 70 yards, and the wind shifts, and they just scamper off because they could smell us. It sucked. It was a tough game.
Get better scent, dude. Stop fucking. Don't you got to shower and piss or something?
No, I think that's all.
That's all
Yeah.
myth. That's all
Yeah.
mythical
Yeah.
shit. You can't. A non-scented shampoo or some shit.
Sydney and I, she had deodorant and I smell bad, so I used her deodorant. And like, if Sydney's putting on deodorant before she goes hunting, then I think you're good.
Sydney
You
had
smelled bad or you smelled?
You
because you're just sitting there in the woods and you're climbing through stuff. You are, even though it's cold, you're so layered up that you're getting sweaty. And yeah, like you smell, and like you leave usually in the morning before like you're ready. Like you have to leave so early that you're like, I'm just not going to shower after.
right.
So
You're up, changed, and leave it.
there was a moment where Dave was wiping on Sid's stick of Secret, and he handed it back to her, and she opened it up, and one of his hairs was sticking there.
I
like,
looked. I looked, and there was no hair.
He swears it wasn't his, but I don't know how that hair got there if it wasn't from him.
Where is Sydney?
She's still down there.
State hunting.
Is she?
Yeah.
Was she hesitant at all to share her deodorant stick with you, or did she hand it right over?
She offered it.
Oh,
I
really?
swear to Christ, because I
a
brought
nice-
deodorant down there, and I had it on Friday. I just found it this morning. It was stuck in my backpack, and I couldn't find it. So I'm like, man, I stink right now. I need some deodorant. She's like, here, I got this if you want it.
Sid's a big time team player, but she was not thrilled to get that hair back in her stick.
Yeah, which is fine, but she's also a fucking savage beast, which obviously that's part of her profession. But if you were just looking at her, you'd think she's like, a little blonde chick. But
What a nice
I think
Central
that
Illinois woman.
Sydney is more than okay with that little hair, considering she was about to literally run over a coyote with her truck.
Yeah.
Like you remember the scene in Forrest Gump where the bullies are chasing Forrest and his like leg brace things like break off and he runs.
Break off, yeah.
That's basically what she was doing to this coyote. So
Chasing
a little
after
armpit
it,
hair.
yeah, scaring it off.
She's fine.
she'll
She's
be
seen
okay.
some shit. Nice
She
Central
has seen
Illinois
shit.
woman.
some shit.
Yeah. So like maybe the what do you think is grosser though? Gutting a deer or having to pull one of White Sox Dave's armpits hairs out of a stick of deodorant? Because I think
I think hairs are fucking disgusting.
I think it's kind of a toss-up.
it
Gutting
is.
a deer.
Yeah, gutting a deer.
Gutting a deer.
I couldn't,
don't know.
Sure.
I couldn't do the
You couldn't even look at the deer.
Cutting a deer,
last
because
year.
if I'm that grossed out with the armpit hair, I just chuck the stick and I just wouldn't think about it again.
All right, fair.
You know,
You have to.
And
cut
if you're
the deer.
giving it to Dave in the first place, you probably don't really.
You're
care.
expecting
Correct.
it.
Yeah. Or unless if it was like
Oh,
a
that
half
didn't
offer.
go well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's hair on this.
Unless
Can't
it,
be surprised.
Yeah. Unless it was a half offer, like, yeah, do you want some? And like she was expecting you to
And
say
Dave
no.
just said, yeah.
Yeah. Then that's tough.
Non-invitation. You
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Unless
the
if it was
unvite.
that. Yeah.
I don't think it was. She didn't care. She laughed about it. I have a beef with the internet. Where
else
the
is
internet
new?
just fucking sucks and it's all negative and it just wears on you, you know? After I shot that buck, like hunting Twitter is the most cordial place on earth. The amount of congratulations I'm get from all corners of the internet right now are incredible. Just
nice
incredible. Like this guy.
Grow the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm growing the game.
Yeah.
Ben Mintz, Dave Williams. Well, congrats, Dave. We should also note that we have Pacman Jones coming on later to promote Rough and Rowdy.
The football player.
Yes, the football player, former
boxer.
cornerback from the Bengals. He's fighting in Rough and Rowdy tomorrow against Bobby Lang, the rematch.
Again, right?
Yes, again. Dude, awesome interview. Carl and I talked to him for like 18 minutes. We talked about Justin Fields. We talked about boxing. We talked about dip. And he was hilarious. It was great.
Yeah, really interesting guy. I know, like you saw the dip right away. If you're not watching this on YouTube, I would say watch the Pacman Jones interview, at least on YouTube. And then we wanted to talk to him. We will talk to him about Justin Fields. And I can't even bring it up because he's that passionate. He's got such strong fucking takes about Justin Fields and the way people treat him. I will go ahead and call it a must-listen interview for Redline guys. Like, I don't know if I would say generally to the internet this is a must-listen interview, but if you follow the show, our time with Pacman Jones, it's coming up in a little bit, is certainly interesting.
And like you never know what to expect when you talk to someone, unless if they've been on before or whatnot, and you've seen them. But we didn't know, and it was honestly a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
In order to sell the interview just a little more, Ed told me this off camera, and he was genuinely like grinning. He's like, it was really good. So that's not just like a sales pitch to listen.
No, it was just funny. Like it was just amusing because I didn't know, like, because sometimes people are like, oh yeah, like especially when they're going through the car wash, like he's doing TMZ and shit.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, does he got time for fucking me and Carl? You know,
Oh, he better. We're cutting him checks. Somebody is, not me, but
but he
Thanks,
certainly
buddy.
did. He showed up. He was in a salon chair. He had a huge hog in, and like he was really funny. So
yeah, make sure you watch that on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube page too.
Yeah.
We're climbing to 54th. We're climbing to our Brian Urlacher number.
Oh, that's a big number.
That's a
It's
huge
big
54.
number.
Is
That means
huge.
something here.
Should also know with the YouTube, with the draft on Monday, were you guys particularly hurt? We did a music festival draft. Were you guys particularly hurt by people just shitting all over our musical opinions?
No.
No.
I don't feel like I did get shit on. Did I?
Oh yeah, people. Well, when I posted the graphic, and people were just like, we all made the poll. Cons
Yep.
didn't make it, so
Cons-
that's something to hold our hat on.
Oh, nice.
We all made it.
Finally, the voting block does something right.
Well,
Do you
people
know-
need to shit on stuff, and so
But
if
the
that's
people-
where the
yeah.
graphic is like evolving to, then I'm happy to hold that.
Do you know who texted me immediately about how it was wrong and how the people got it wrong, the panel got it wrong? Was Cons.
Oh yeah, he texted me.
Cons was like, if I would have drafted Bruce, I would have won. And I'm like, well, it's a big gap to go from being left off to winning. And he goes, yeah, but if I had Bruce and Taylor, like that's unstoppable. And I'm like, well, I guess we'll never know. You fucked it up. So, but yeah, I thought it was a fun draft and a good draft. And of course, reply guy Cons, right, Dave?
Oh, he's the worst reply guy.
Has a
of all time.
reply to me. Like that's how I spent the first part of the road trip back home, was just debating back and forth with Cons about something we already debated.
No, it was great. It was a really funny draft. I'm just reading some of the replies. Someone goes, just the worst taste in music as a collective that I've ever seen. Horrible. Every one of these. Someone goes, let's hear your top 5 buddies. And some guy goes, I don't take orders, I give them.
Oh,
It's like,
Is it a burner account with like a fake profile picture?
I don't know, but I appreciate the guy. That's so over the top aggressive. But people were just so mad.
I'm interested in what Tom has to say about our music.
Yeah, what do you think? I know he's probably so mad there was no Drake.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of pointless arguing with you guys because you're all just the same person divided. So
Oh, that's not fair.
I mean, it's true. It's
How are we-
100% true.
What do you mean?
Well, because you guys just, it's like all the same. I mean, it like every rap category was the same. Every like rock category was the same. Pop category, like there was just not a lot of diversity in like in the I mean, every rap artist you had was like from the 90s.
2000s too, I would say.
Well,
But
they
that's
were in
when
the 90s as well.
when I listened to
But
rap.
Chief, I thought your lineup was the best for sure.
Thank you.
And
a lot
I
of
think
that-
we admitted that our rap was our blind spot.
Yeah, I had the last
I
rap
just-
album I got was T.I. in 2006.
I'm not a country fan, so I took out like I don't like any of the country picks. White Sox, Dave. It's like exhausting, but I mean, your argument with MSG was like hilarious.
It's a fucking building. It's not
All right,
to
I'm not
me.
gonna get into
It
this.
wasn't
I'm not
like
gonna-
when I
you
walked
went to
into
one
Fenway.
UFC fight and you went nah. Like it's
It is no different
right.
from like a building perspective. Take away the history. The building itself is the United Center. They're all a carbon copy. It's not like the same as when
explain to me what Alpine Valley is.
it's a concert venue in the hills of Wisconsin. It's outdoor. It's
Awesome.
like
Sounds
it
so-
sucks to get there.
That sounds unique and incredible, and a 1-1 pick for sure for you. That was your first pick overall, Alpine Valley. And you
Yeah,
and you
because
shit
that's
on
like the only one
MSG.
I've been to, and there's only a small handful of them that you could have drafted from.
I don't know.
And I've been like I walked into Fenway Park and I'm like, holy shit, this is incredible. I did not have that feeling. I'm sorry I didn't. Maybe I'm the outlier. But to me it was just like another
have your
place to watch.
anti-New York agenda.
It has
Fine.
nothing to do with that. I hate Boston too. Long before my hatred with the Yankees and that scumbag city New York started, I was at war with Red Sox fans in the city of Boston in New England with my Tom Brady
scumbag
take
city.
and my Yoel Moncada Chris Sale takes. There, like that was way before the Yankee stuff. It was a beef with Jared Kravis too.
I would like you to go to a concert at MSG. You would like it.
I'm sure I would. I'm not saying it sucked or anything. I'm saying I didn't
saying.
get smacked in the face with like this other like out of body euphoric
it's the world's
feeling.
most famous
Holy
arena.
shit! I mean, Madison Square Garden. It's not Fenway Park, old Yankee
But
Stadium.
it's also a moot point though. You went to a UFC fight. UFC in New York is still like a relatively new thing.
It's relatively new
Big
everywhere.
fights in New York aren't though. That has
Yeah.
a lot of history.
It was still an incredible
Yeah,
event. I had
sure.
the time of my
But-
life. I couldn't have been more glad that I went. But like I said, I didn't walk into Madison Square Garden. I'm like, holy shit, this is Madison Square Garden. Like all the vending machine or vendors were the same. All the the food wasn't that spectacular by any means. It was the United Center. That's all it was. It was a domed stadium with 20,000-ish seats. Mediocre food at best, overpriced beer.
It's not domed. It's concave, right?
Yeah, it's better than United Center. It's better than United Center.
You can't say that.
It is.
I just did.
Okay,
and
that is
I've experienced both many times.
That is a very subjective take. That is your opinion.
Well, that's what this entire show is.
But you can't say that definitively. Is
Yeah,
my point.
I think it's better. I think it's more intimate. I
Okay.
think it's a smaller venue. The United Center feels very cavernous. Madison Square Garden has the cool skywalk feature. There's a lot to like about MSG.
I
It's
didn't
cool.
say I dislike it. I said I didn't walk into Madison Square Garden, get smacked in the face with like this holy shit feeling.
You should go there for a game 7.
Well, let's
You should go there for a UFC fight. You'd be like, okay, this is cool, and then you wouldn't think about it again.
Yeah, but I already saw it at its peak.
go tune into that draft. Go tune. It was a great draft. Music fest. Build your own music festival. Let's bring the room together. Let's bring us back together with the JP Graziano beef kit
Love it.
on sale.
beef
Big
season.
sale. 25% off. TasteRealChicago.com through Saturday. That's right, December 8th through December 10th. TasteRealChicago.com with code RLR is 25% off. That's fucking huge.
I'm very excited for some venison beefs.
Not a drawn out sale though. We're giving people a good timeline here to
Yes.
hit this. So don't think that this is relevant and timely if you're listening. But we're also, the reason is because we want to give you time for everything to arrive for the holidays.
Yep.
So this is your window. It's go through it again. What are the details?
Go to TasteRealChicago.com and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 8th through the 10th. Use code RLR at TasteRealChicago.com and you'll get 25% off all products at that website. This will also run at the store. So once again, Thursday through Saturday. Also, 'tis the season jpgraziano.com for Christmas, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. They're gonna,
Office parties. A lot of people back in the office now.
Yes.
And it snuck up on you real quick, and they're like, what are we doing? And you realize next Friday you have that happy hour, and maybe a bunch of clients are coming or something. Go pick up a cannoli tray.
antipasta.
Yeah, sandwich.
Yeah.
They got trays, stuff, everything. We also a wedding. My buddy got married. He surprised everybody, threw in a couple of trays of JP Graziano. It was a really, really nice thing. So it's not just like holiday parties. They are absolutely running those up to Christmas Eve. Go to jpgraziano.com.
Trays,
Yeah.
trays.
Be the son that brings something home, son or daughter, the young guy that nothing is expected of you necessarily when you go home for these holiday parties. But if you bring something, show that extra effort, it goes a long way.
Yo, these kids fit in a fucking stocking, right?
Oh
A
yeah,
beef kit?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Beef kids
get a
can.
beef kit.
And but
Yeah.
it would fit in a way where you would notice a bulge, and you'd be like, I wonder what that bulge is in the stocking.
Yeah, and a contrast, the red stocking, a nice white and blue.
Yep.
All right, RLR, TasteRealChicago.com.
25% off is huge.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
So what do you guys want to talk about?
Free agency, Carl.
Yeah, big, a lot of big stuff. Go check out Start at 9. I did an emergency podcast with Jake for Aaron Judge News. They came out $360 million. So we got into that. He knows Aaron Judge. We met him this summer at the All-Star game, and it was super cool. It was a very funny interaction with him. Likes to wink. Nice guy. We're excited for him. $360 million. So we did an emergency podcast with that. And there's just news left and right. Everywhere you turn, there's news. There's like another hour show that comes out with like all the fucking NL East, AL East. So there's tons of stuff around MLB. This is by far the most exciting time to be talking about baseball. Relative to the Cubs, not good stuff. Wilson Contreras signed with the Cardinals. Not good stuff for a lot of people, but
Not even nothing with Bellinger. Like not a.
sure, there's others. Yeah, I mean, big acquisition on that side, but you know, is anything bigger than Wilson Contreras leaving to go play for the Cardinals? Like, we want to talk about Cody Bellinger right now?
Yeah.
No, Wilson Contreras just left to sign with the Cardinals. 5 years, $87.5 million, $17.5 million a year, which is as much as Cody Bellinger will get paid next year.
Yeah.
So
I love this time of year. Let me rephrase that. I wish I loved this time of year. For me, it's nothing but pain and anguish and sorrow.
Can we stick on the Cubs for a second though, because they are
But-
linked to everybody before we just transition into Dave hates Jerry.
Can I combine them for a moment?
Sure, Dave.
how long is a moment?
A moment. I don't want to say gotten to the point, but it's getting close to the point where I hope the Cubs do sign two of those blue chippers just so I can rub the White Sox face in that pile of shit they left in the living room carpet a little more. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that a quick enough moment for you guys?
Yeah, I was fine with that.
So with the downtroddenness of the signing to the Cardinals, are you like hopeful that we're going to get one of these big guys then?
So I don't know if it's necessarily like my personal downtroddenness. I'm trying to think more from the perspective of our audience. Like, I know how I feel about it. But this here has been hard to communicate that because people are stuck in their emotional ways very much with the Cubs. And then you think about the Bears, people are super open-minded with how bad the Bears are. And they're like, yeah, no, we'll be fine. But people get stuck on this stuff. People are still mad, like Anthony Rizzo left, and people are just like mad at Tom and Jed, and rightfully so, because there's been, they were fucking bad the last 2 years. But like Wilson Contreras on a 5-year deal for $17.5 million a year, like, is that really helping you? If you're the Cubs, no. But like now Bellinger is going to get $17.5 million. It's the same fucking thing that happened with Schwarber, and they brought in Jock Peterson. Now Kyle Schwarber got a massive deal from the Phillies, and his surprise, like Johnny October, everybody fucking loves the guy. So it does have shades of that, where if Bellinger's as bad as he was the last 2 years and Wilson Contreras is an all-star catcher with the Cardinals and they fucking smash us like they probably will, the people listeners will not be happy at all.
No.
I'm thinking in the long run, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Are they trying to compete this year or not?
We'll
see.
If they competed last year, I don't know. Do they think they competed last year?
Well,
I don't know, because it's like,
they definitely did not compete for the division last year.
so then like they signed the guy from the Yankees, Jameson Taillon, for $16 million a year. Mm-hmm. And
17, but yeah.
so like, Are they celebrating that? Or is that part of a bigger plan? I would guess it's part of a bigger plan, but there is a reality where you show up to spring training and like that was a big move.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like, you know, he's coming to the South Side guys, like that time where it's like Jed gave the quote, I think it was last night, saying, yeah, like we're you know, he talked about Bellinger and Deion, and then he said we're close on a couple others, and it's like, well, who are the couple others? And like if they do sign 2 of the 4, like you just said, then it feels like they are trying to win.
Yeah, there's not a market next year for premium position players. There's maybe a deeper free agent market. They did something weird with the Bellinger deal where they made it a mutual option for $5.5 million in the second year to round it up to $17.5 million. I don't know why. I don't know is that a cash thing? Is that you're deferring money for tax purposes? Is it because they think they're going to be towards the luxury tax threshold this year and that can impact them heavily? But they were $150 million last year and fucking $80 million below it. So there are some things you see and you're like, all right, well, they have been linked to Xander and they have been linked to Swanson together. They have been linked to Correa as a standalone. The Giants miss out on Judge. They're going to want to get a big bat. So that kind of throws Correa's market in the mix. And the Padres, meanwhile, offered $400 million to Aaron Judge, offered $350 million to Trey Turner. So the Cubs have to get adjusted to how much money is being spent. Tom Ricketts is not the type of guy who's going to go toe-to-toe with John Middleton and Peter Seidler and fucking Steve Cohen on these deals. So he's going to have to level up with Jed and be like, no, sure, you have flexibility, not the way Dave Dombrowski does. Not the way that A.J. Preller does or Sandy does.
Why has it been so crazy this year compared to the
first year out of a CBA? So the owners have 5 years of revenue projections in front of them. Where last year they had 1 year. They don't know. You're coming out of COVID. Mm-hmm. So anytime they sign a new CBA, you're going to get a ton of fucking action. Tons of action. The other thing, though, is you have, like, the Phillies going to the World Series is a huge boost for free agency, right? They finished 17 games out of first place and almost won the World Series. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of teams that are like, well, we're too far away.
It's like one guy. Well, could the Cubs be in that category?
No.
I mean, if they sign these 2 guys,
Marcus Stroman has a career year. They signed Carlos Rodon. Fucking Justin Steele, Keegan Thompson take massive steps forward. I mean, dude, we're talking about crazy stuff that all has to get lined up. Now, if they do get Xander, does he want to play first? They're talking about getting Xander so he could play first. We already have a guy named Dansby Swanson. His name's Nico Horner. Mm-hmm. Like, Dansby just had his best year of all time in a fucking historically loaded, deep roster. So it would be hard to be like, give him $30 fucking million a year to move Nico Horner to second, and then when you could have Nico and Nick Madrigal. I don't know how much better Nico and Swanson is than Nico and Madrigal. It's better. It's better. Is it $30 million better? I don't know.
Probably not.
So it's hard. It's so hard to say. If I had to pick one, and I'm not close enough to these guys and hearing the conversations and know what the payroll projections are for next year and all the information. If you had to pick one, I'd pick Carlos Correa. If you were like Carlos Correa or the 2, I'd take the 2. But then you're fucking yourself. I think you're fucking yourself.
Why?
Because what are you going to do long-term center field PCA? Ian Happ's going to be out. You're going to need a left fielder pretty soon. You're going to need an impact bat. If Seiya is not an impact bat, and you can't do shit at catcher. You already have Patrick Wisdom at third base who can go hit 35 home runs for $1 million next year. So, you can get that production and not fuck yourself in the future. The reality is this. The Cubs spend so much less money than the top of baseball, it doesn't even fucking matter. Like, John Middleton just went and paid Taijuan Walker for $72 million. And Matt Strahm, $15 million. Mm-hmm. And Trey Turner, $300 million. And they were just in the World Series, and they were 7th, and they finished in 3rd place in the division. A lot of times teams would be like, we don't need to spend any more money. See, we'll just repeat. Jerry Reinsdorf would just repeat that. But John Middleton, who, you know how he made his money? The backwoods.
Backwoods. I don't
Cigars?
know what that is.
Backwoods.
Oh, the blunts?
Yeah.
No shit.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Fucked his mom and his sister out of the business. Sold it for billions. Because it was American Tobacco Company was what the family started. And so he got the contracts to make these really cheap cigars in like the 70s. And allegedly he was the one behind it. And then he kind of forced his mom and this is like a 4th generation business too. And then he sold the business. So I'm pretty sure all of his money is made. Multi-billions he's invested now. But he's kind of a dorky, weird guy.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
The fucking owner of the Phillies, the fucking Black and Milds guy?
Dude, he's got like 3-4 billion.
Holy shit.
Wait, Black and Milds and backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't-
Yeah.
I had no
Like
idea that was
if
the
you're
case.
rolling a fucking blunt, if you're walking into a gas station,
Wait, and then isn't there one like Philadelphia Dutch?
they
same
might be
one?
a competitor. I don't know. I don't know the portfolio.
Corner
But
of
isn't that now
market.
you talk about owners, like that's cool. And Middleton didn't really start throwing his money around until like the Bryce Harper 6-7, you know, like it's been a while.
It hasn't though. He kept doing that ever since Harper.
No, I mean
Harper
it's
to
been
Schwarber, to
it was a while for the
Castellanos, to
Phillies. Like
Wheeler.
it wasn't like it was something where he was doing this with Ryan Howard and Jimmy Reynolds or Jimmy Rollins and Chase Utley.
Howard got a $125 million deal from them like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's been doing it for a minute. But I want to take you back to the first thing you said. Like, I was actually talking to one of my Northwestern peeps about this morning. He's a huge Cubs fan, and he just sends me all the tweets he sees about different rumors this time of year and all that, and asks me my take on them. And he sent me the one. This was prior to it being confirmed that Contreras had inked that deal for what was it, $87.5 million.
Yeah.
And I respond to him. He's like, "This one's gonna hurt. I love Wilson Contreras." I'm like, I have reached a point in my fandom for all my teams, and this includes Northwestern too, which is a little more unfair because 1, they're kids. 2, they're not technically paid by the university as employees. But I have completely learned to separate my fandom and my love of watching a player to just wanting fucking wins. That's all I want. I don't care if the Whites. I don't care about any of these guys. They're all. It's like that Ari Gold quote. Like your wife number 1 and therapist number 7. You're all just a number to me. Like that's what players are. As soon as they step on, you're all just numbers. I don't care.
Yeah.
So like, it's gonna suck watching Abreu in Houston. I don't give a shit. So long as the White Sox fuck everything up, so they're gonna fuck that up, I'm sure.
Right.
But like, I don't care.
Well, yeah, we are effectively rooting for laundry to an extent.
Always.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, but
So and it's gonna suck because it's gonna keep happening so long as you're a fan of whatever team you root for. And I know the Cubs have a special bond with that core with Rizzo. And I've watched you like Rizzo hit that bomb. It was in the division series or something. Mm-hmm. And you were like, I can't believe he's doing that for the Yankees right now, or whatever.
well,
it
yeah,
was.
I mean, it's just because then it's more like you see like Tommy Smokes and Hubs jumping up and down like high fiving each other. It's like fucking
yeah,
you don't get
no.
those Rizzo high fives,
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
But like, I've learned to separate. I'm like, no, fuck it.
Well, I guess back to Wilson Contreras, he's like filling in for Yadier Molina now. So it's a guy who's like basically 20 years watching him dominate the Cubs and like, all right, finally
Yeah.
finally we get to fucking wind all that bullshit down. It's like
It's not quite.
a little bit. So there were a couple other like really big, just like big takeaways and observations I guess I'll throw out here. Again, I spent a lot of time like more into the weeds. So if you are a baseball fan, there's good stuff on the starting 9 page for Thursday morning. But the reliever market is insane. The Red Sox are going to give $50 million over the next 2 years to Kenley Jansen and Chris Martin. Chris Martin was like a throwaway sign for the Cubs this year. Den wasn't even good. Gave up 38 hits and 31 in the third innings. They traded him to the Red Sox. Red Sox turn around. He's going to get $16.5 million or $17.5 million over 2 years. And then Kenley Jansen gets a $32 million deal. Still effective. Pitches every year. Always healthy. Always good. Always dominant. But that's $25 million to these relievers is in fucking insane because it's such a departure from like, well, you get relievers from anywhere. You got fucking 100 minor league pitchers in your system. Just bring up one of the goofy ones who throws sidearm or some shit. He'll get some outs. $50 million.
So, I mean, on that note, obviously the rumors are out there about your guy.
So then go back to, this is how we get back to the White Sox.
Yeah.
How the fuck they going to sign anybody? And I don't even mean, like, I don't want to sit here and just be like, well, Jerry, fuck this. And I mean, like, realistically, if J-Mo's getting $68 million and Taiwan Walker's
They're
getting
not- exactly,
$72 million
yeah.
and Chris Martin's 17.5 and Kenley's 32 and Quintana's 26 and Andrew Heaney's 25, you guys can't go fucking sign him. It's just like
they can't sign anybody
nobody, they
operating
won't.
with the status quo at all, and it makes me sick.
And if it continues down this path, they could be sellers.
I don't disagree. Do you guys understand where I come from now as you watch this all unfold before your eyes? Like
if you guys were healthy last year, though, it's different.
If there's so many ifs around this team, and they sold us on things being different 7 years ago. Almost, I think they traded. Actually, it was December 7th of 2016 when they traded Chris Sale. Obviously, it's an easy day to remember because of what happened in 1941. But I'm almost positive that was the day that they traded 6 years ago Chris Sale, and they said things are going to be different. And here we are, like, praying to God they can win a dog shit division right now, and that they're going to be, hopefully, if all things go right, win 90 games. And it's round and round and round we go. And like it's so cliche, but get busy living or get busy dying. They're just getting busy dying right now.
But can't he just present that to Jerry and be like, dude, this is the fucking market. We got to fucking start ponying it out.
Unless he doesn't think that they're that close. Like, he's like, we got the wrong guys. These guys can't stay healthy. Makata's not, like, he's not what we thought he was. And It's just like, it's not worth investing.
Then figure it the fuck out. Get creative. I mean,
but they're also kind of locked into those.
Figure it out. Yeah. Get creative.
I mean, I guess to an extent, no, never mind.
What?
No.
I was going to say, to an extent, aren't you, like, the Yankees are, in a way, fucked because they just had to give away $350 million, and they're like, they needed a lot more help. But then again, they just made the CS, right?
Yeah.
The White Sox didn't make the playoffs, and you guys are fucked. So, like, no improvement in the
Yeah, the Guardians got better, and
yeah. Like, at
the
least
Royals will get better.
Yeah.
It almost feels it's like we have to have luck be on our side in order to get better.
Yeah, they're relying on a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
And it's not a good thing to rely on something that's probably not going to happen. They need everything to go perfectly. Like, you need career years. You need 130 plus games out of
It's fascinating,
Eloy,
though.
Anderson, Yohan, Grandal, Robert. Like, that's 5 core guys right there off the top of my head that they need career, like, to be their best. And it's really sad. And I like being downstate and not having too much access to my phone and the internet and all that, which was beautiful, I might add. And getting back to Chicago, White Sox fans were fucking melting down when I finally got caught up on the internet last night, and it's self-inflicted. It's deserved. Like, I saw a quote that said there are people in the front office that are laughing at all the memes that people are making about Han and Jerry and Kenny and the White Sox just standing pat and all that, and they're like laughing at it. It's like, that's not fucking funny, dude. Like, you're laughing at your consumer base just ripping you apart because you have failed again. I'm not saying they're gonna. I mean, they could get lucky. Will they? Probably not. But like, it's very disheartening. It's very disheartening. And the Cubs, I thought they should have done it last year, to be honest. They waited until this free agent class, which arguably is maybe just as good. I mean, you got the 4 guys at shortstop. Last year you had an awesome shortstop class too, with Correa, who had the 1-year opt-out. But I think the Cubs are in a great position to achieve that sustained success that the White Sox said they were going to give their fans. And like, for all the shit that I see the Ricketts family getting on Twitter, and I think a lot of it stems from their politics, which is a completely different subject. But I would, like, don't tell me about poor ownership. I know poor ownership. If it wasn't for Jerry Reinsdorf looking into the greatest athlete in the history of sports, it'd be like 80 combined years with 1 championship that was a complete lightning in the bottle championship. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
The day that he sells will be the Best day of my entire life.
Very interested to see if this report that Hoyer has the green light from Rick at suspend actually comes to fruition. You know, like, what does that mean? Just go out and make the best offer? Best and fine, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's such a departure. When Theo was here, it was very transparent and clear from day one.
Right.
And then, it's like you can't be transparent, come out and say how much things suck if you're Jed. Like they built it up to a spot where they couldn't really be transparent. So it is hard to understand like what they mean. Maybe Tom Ricketts is feeling pressure. He sees these other guys spend their money, and I don't know how much pain he does feel though. And that place is still fucking sold out. There's 38,000 there all last year. The secondary ticket market for Cubs games was not at all what it's been when they've been bad before. That was a weird year last year. People still showed up. People still gave a fuck. People still cheered and clapped deep into the game.
Do you think that was a COVID thing? Like we're finally allowed to get back to the stadium, so we're going to go?
Probably some of that too. And then there's like the bigger thing that, there's more travel and tourism and stuff in Chicago last year than there were in years before. And a huge part of that, then when you get here, it's like, oh, you got to go to a Cubs game.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just like the older, like us getting older, but you feel like that's the number one thing that's recommended.
Yeah.
If someone's in town, just go to a game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a landmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless the weather's like really shitty.
Yeah.
Now, so they just have to like level up and get into this phase now where it's like, all right, well, hopefully they've made some money the last 2 years. They haven't spent that much, and they just have a whole generation of people that are going to be disenfranchised the longer this goes on.
Yeah.
How far away is Pete Crow Armstrong?
Is
he gonna get
hopefully
called
doesn't
this
play
year?
next year.
No?
No, hopefully. Hopefully he's the best player in the minor leagues next year.
Okay.
And it's like annoying that he's not called up. And hopefully people are like, he's fucking killing it in Double A. It's like, yeah, good. Because I want him walking around for another winner. He needs 2 more winners, mad, hitting the squat rack, like talking to his buddies from high school, like, no, this is the fucking year. Like, you just don't want to give it to him right away because he is too annoying. Like, there's this element of, like, these guys are anointed.
PCA.
That's
baby.
definitely a thing.
So, I talked to Matt Mervis, too, last week. I've talked to him before. Like, he's the guy we've talked about on the show before. And we talked to him on Saturday night because he was coming up. He's supposed to like break camp as a first baseman. So we did kind of like a funny segment where I had like Jake give him advice about living in Chicago and like how do you not be like a pussy basically if you want to be good for the Cubs. And Matt Mervis is a fucking robot, like locked in competitor. Very excited to see what that guy turns into. So I just want to bring Matt Mervis is like the complete antithesis of all the stuff we're talking about. The Cubs have to spend, the Cubs have to do, blah, 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 blah. Like, or you could get lucky and find a guy like Matt Mervis who's supposed to fucking hit 40 bombs a year. So, be nice.
It's a fucking fascinating offseason, dude.
Yeah.
I think the reason it's so cool, too, for baseball is, like, you can just take a baseball player and put him on a different team. And you don't have to, like, oh, here's the system. What's his relationship like with the coach? Does he shoot too much? It's like, I don't know. He gets 4 plate appearances a day.
Go hit.
And fucking play his position. It does not matter. It's so easy to, like, plug and play and swap guys out. So...
but it is exciting to see where he fits within a lineup and within a rotation, and where that is cool. It's like that infield, like unfortunately, like we were talking about the Cardinals infield, and we're like, oh, if they sign this guy, like that's gonna.
If they sign Dansby
filthy.
Swanson, it's like, man, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Nolan Gorman at second base, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, and you have Wilson Contreras behind the plate. Adam Wainwright.
Are they
pitching.
talking about getting
That's
Dansby
sweet.
too?
Yeah.
The Cardinals.
Yeah.
That's a dirty infield.
That's sweet.
That's a fucking good infield right there.
And he fits their mold super well.
He
He
reeks
looks
Cardinal.
like a Cardinal.
Yeah, he reeks Cardinal.
He does. He does.
He's 30 though.
Yeah.
I will say
Damn,
this.
he got
I
old
think
quick.
that if
Yeah, they're 29.
the Cubs
He's
sign
30,
him, they
Xander's
will regret
29.
that. I don't like. I don't like signing guys off career years that have been middling in the prior to that career year, because chances are good. It's a good chance that you're not getting that.
A little regress to the mean.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like you said, Cubs should be all. I think Trey Turner would have been a perfect fit for them. They should have been all over him if they weren't.
He just wasn't going to come and play here. His wife wanted him to play in Philly really bad.
Yeah.
So if you turn on $350-something
You
million
got
to
beef
be in
against
San
somebody's
Diego,
wife.
Yeah, Zach
like-
Wheeler's wife. The White Sox offered him more money than the Phillies did, and he signed in Philly because his wife's from Tom's River or some shit.
Working out really well for Zach Wheeler, by the way. Congratulations.
Sure
to
is.
Zach.
Sure is.
Great rotation.
If you want to see a game, go
to
to
Game
the
Time.
Game Time.
Exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Lowest price guaranteed. If you guys haven't checked out Game Time yet, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. So many people are hitting us up on social, telling about the great deals that they're getting. I'm using Game Time this weekend to go to Army Navy with my dad in Philadelphia.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
happy 70th birthday, Dad.
That's going to be sick,
Yeah,
dude.
it's going to be sweet.
Give the gift of an awesome experience like Carl is this holiday season with Game Time. If you're nervous that your present won't arrive in time or simply forget to holiday shop, Game Time tickets get delivered to your phone and inbox instantly. So who hasn't been in that position where you're scrambling last minute? All you have to do is hop on Game Time and text them over to your dad, your mom, whoever. We're doing something together. Come January, Hawks, Bulls, Cubs, whatever it is, whatever their favorite sport is, whoever their favorite musical act is, get them through Game Time. It's the best app. So just download that Game Time app. Go to the account tab to create a login. Redeem code RLR for $20 off your first purchase. Terms to apply. Download Game Time. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Dave, you gonna use it for White Sox tickets?
Should I decide to unban them? Yes, I will be. And that has nothing to do with Game Time. If I were to be going to a White Sox game next year, which is TBD, then I will be using Game Time.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. What was the promo code?
RLR.
RLR.
Red Line Radio.
We both went to the game this weekend, Carl.
How was that game? We watched it.
It was
in the
tough,
main
man. I mean, it was a great first half, and until like you felt the tide start to shift, which you did feel in real time.
Yeah.
Did you feel it?
I mean, it was like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and you were like, "Oh fuck."
Well,
I mean, how many games are gonna lose over a missed extra point, and how many games? I'm sick of this bullshit where it's like little ticky tack stuff, and then Justin Fields had yet another insane touchdown that you're accustomed to seeing in fucking 8th grade games.
and like some great fucking plays with his arms, too.
Yeah, 20 of 25 passing.
Yeah.
So that was, you could argue that was his best game as a passer.
Yeah, he looked great. I mean, and then of course you go back, that St. Brown interception, he was supposed to curl back.
Yep.
What a bad route.
How many fucking times is this guy gonna burn us?
A lot.
St. Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the tank?
Well,
Yeah.
That you see him playing,
he's
and it's
like-
like, oh, we
he's-
are tanking.
Yeah, what? The MD guy?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the Packers corner basically was like, yeah, he's not good.
Was he fucking with them? Like, because they were on the same team last year? He was on the
Maybe.
Packers?
That felt like kind of personal how
It did.
hard he went at him in
Yeah.
that quote, where it's like, yeah, he's just not quick coming out of routes. Most guys are quicker. He's just kind of slow. He's slow. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit. Like, and you could see it plain as day when they ran the instant replay
You
from
called
like
it
that.
when we were watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
address the second pick because you're
Whatever,
obviously
you're
trying to
forcing it,
force
yeah.
shit. But 20 for 25, 254
Yeah.
in the air, like, it's a good day.
You know how everybody was sucking Getsy's dick at the beginning of the year? This was the first time in a while where I had a problem with the play calling.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people did.
Yeah.
A lot of people did. Like, it just felt like he got too conservative. I don't know. Are they trying to tank?
I don't know, but it was when there was that 3rd and 5 and they ran up the middle with Monty and got nothing. It was like, okay, fuck. And then, I don't know if Fields tweaked something. I was looking for reports that maybe he did, but I haven't been able to find anything. But he didn't run the ball at all in the second half. No design runs in the second half at all. So,
But isn't that what kind of we were talking about? The fine line. He ran the ball 6 times. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many of those times were designed. But isn't that kind of what we talked about? Like maybe that was part of the plan. Like he sat out. Obviously,
Yeah,
he has a
maybe.
banged up shoulder. I kind of think that's what we wanted.
yeah, unless you're trying to win that game and put the game on ice, and that's a good way to chew up some clock and let your best player be your best player. So I guess it just depends on what your goals are. But in that 3rd and 5, for them to run that play, and I think that was the 3rd and 5 before they had the blocked field goal, and that was the moment. It's like, well, they're absolutely losing this game.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I would have liked to see. You've been trusting him to throw all day. That's a spot where you need a first down. Let him sling it. And they didn't have confidence in it for whatever reason. Maybe it is a receiver group, but credit to him though. He keeps making plays with new guys.
Yeah, and we say that like I did shit on St. Brown. St. Brown did have a big play earlier in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 3 catches for 85 yards. Harry had a fucking big play.
Yep.
Cole Kmet had a big day.
Mm-hmm.
I was on Old Takes Exposed.
For what?
Wait, you
I
got
missed
old take? I missed that
I
too.
got Old Takes Exposed. I tweeted the Packers are dead at like right before half, and a picture of Aaron Rodgers when we went up 16-3.
Yeah.
And it was like a picture of Aaron Rodgers and whatever. But I don't think I said anything technically wrong. They are dead.
I think so.
Yeah. What are they? 5-9 now? Congratulations.
Yeah,
Five.
yeah.
Now that
5-9.
it's Wednesday, we've had a couple of days to simmer. I was talking to him on the way down to the hunting trip and everything. I said that I thought I had that weird feeling that it was going to be like Fields' coming out party, as in he's going to light it up through there. It wasn't quite that. He looked much better throwing the ball, and obviously he had that run where he just roasted the entirety of the Packers defense, just split them up the middle. But I really, in real time, I wanted the Bears to just slit their throats. Now that it was, I don't mind that they
Kind of
lost
like that Detroit game to you.
Yeah, I don't mind that they lost that game.
Yeah. I mean, I still probably would have rather have won the game.
Probably,
yeah.
yeah.
Especially now you have the
In
bye.
hindsight, though, you're right, though, David. It is smart.
Yeah.
Especially, but you're right. You have the bye, but we want that 2 pick. We do.
Yeah.
And
You sure do.
Sure do.
That's invaluable in the coming years.
It
really
is.
could be, you know?
And listen, we're probably gonna lose to the Eagles and the Bills. Mm-hmm. Who knows what happens in that Detroit game?
They're playing well.
Yeah, they're playing well, but
The
who
Tigers,
knows? We
or
could
the
beat them.
Tigers, the Lions are frisky.
Yeah, but we
They're
could
not bad.
Yeah, you
the
could
Bears
beat
could
them.
beat them.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're
Yeah.
the Lions. And then in that finale against the Vikings,
Who knows what they're playing for?
yes, who knows
Yeah.
what they're playing for? Right now, it's good. They only got 2 losses,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still competing with the Eagles for that
Top spot.
top spot.
Because
So
now there's
hopefully-
only one bye. So
Yes.
you could be competing for that till the
Yes.
last week of the season.
So we need them to still be in a spot to compete
Yep.
because we need to.
Lose.
Yes, we
Lose
need
and
to
lose
lose.
hard.
We need to lose. We need that second
At
spot.
this point, I don't want to see them win another game.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
This was the last moment where you wanted to win.
Correct.
Yeah.
To be clear,
Yeah.
yes. But,
But
you know, it is
if
funny.
they do win, it'll be like, hey, they won today. You know?
Yeah.
But
No,
But to your
I won't
point,
do that
Dave-
anymore. I
yeah.
wanted Rodgers and Packers. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah. Well, now it's just like everyone else just stay healthy. Number one has to stay healthy. That's about it.
Yeah,
But
well,
like, to
no,
Dave's-
everyone. Cole's got to stay
Yeah,
healthy.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's-
You don't want any injuries that will
like
linger
long
into,
term,
into
right?
next
Like
year.
ACLs
yeah,
or
for
something
sure.
like
Tevin
that.
Jenkins, guys like
Montgomery,
that.
yeah, for sure.
For sure. To Dave's point, though, if they had found a way to win that game in the second half, I think that would have been billed as his real coming out party. You go, long touchdown run like we've seen, plus very efficient in the air with no weapons other than Komet. Then that is like this guy is
Well, good thing Chief wasn't on the Pacman interview because he wouldn't let you get that far. He'd be asking you what the fuck you been waiting for.
I'm
right.
I'm talking
there
about
with
more on a
Pacman.
national level.
Yeah, like you wouldn't
Yeah.
have Portnoy calling him the 58-minute man. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I know what you mean.
I will
We're
say-
just like once we get to this Pac-Man too, it'll make funny because we do get to a lot of this like,
Yeah.
he's the guy, right?
Yeah.
For sure, and we'll get to him in a second here. I will say it is funny too, because if you watch the games week in and week out, like you see how these 2-minute drives at the end are ending and how it's like we're not deflecting.
No.
Like it is not like sure okay. I could go back to that Atlanta game
Was
and
that
be
the
like,
bad
all right.
interception?
Yeah, like all right, and maybe he was trying to go to Mooney, and maybe we'll put that one on him. Maybe, all right, if we want to be like, if we want to fucking split hairs, but it's really like been bad from a wide receiver point of view or an offensive line. Like it's not been on him much at all.
And credit to him for not even himself deflecting.
Yeah.
Because there was a thread that I retweeted yesterday that went through like the last 7 games where he was the quote unquote 58-minute man. And it was just like, not his fault, the Dolphins game, the Packers game, the Lions game, the Vikings game, all these
Yeah, it was this guy Max Markham, I think his name was. Yeah, he had like a
Think so.
highlight tape and it like went through. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yep.
And it was perfectly done. And Max Markham, NFL, he did a great job on it.
Certainly did.
You know who was, and this is my last note, and then we'll get to Pac-Man. You know who he reminds me of? Equinemius St. Brown. Is like a perfect tank guy. He is the Bears' Denzel Valentine.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Well
like
said.
He just, like, he's the Bears.
Yeah. Like he's a
Denzel
pro,
Valentine.
but not if you're trying to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just not.
He's just not it.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. We should talk about cleaning up our balls before we get to Pac-Man Jones, and that's with Manscaped. Dave, 'tis the season for clean balls.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, when I was living out my ancestral roots this weekend, and my balls were not taken care of, Ed.
Oh, no.
I forgot my Manscaped back in Chicago, and it was a war. It was a war scene down there.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Didn't have the lawnmower 400
4.0.
4.0.
Yeah.
Didn't have the ball toner.
Do you have the weed whacker?
Didn't have the weed whacker,
Damn.
dude. Like we were talking about the deers catching scents.
Yeah.
Thank God that buck that I shot probably didn't have a nose or something.
All right.
Because he would have caught that scent.
Right. And, speaking of the woods, I mean, Ed's the Forest Preserve guide. Now they also have the new Preserve cologne. So is it a woodsy smell? Is it something that's just going to keep you smelling nice throughout the day? You got to check it out. It is a light, breezy, woodsy feel. That's how you want to smell as a man. It has that fresh tree scent. You probably could have worn it. You would have attracted in those does, Dave. If you were wearing that.
You know what?
Yeah.
You're bringing up a good point there.
Absolutely. They'll bring those does right on in with that Preserve cologne. So get 20% off free shipping and
I
free
would've killed
shipping with code REDLINE at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Just use that code REDLINE. Manscaped, a perfect gift that will be the holidays' biggest hit. Another one that's a great stocking stuffer.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Manscaped's awesome. Like, just take our word for it. Go get it. All right, Carl. Pacman Jones.
It's a great interview, man. It's a great interview. It's a bigger than a football player, cultural icon in sports in my life. Let's get to the interview.
Whoosh.
Can y'all hear this or not? Don't you turn this off for a second?
No, I think you're good.
You're good, man.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Be good for TV.
Yeah, this will be great. I love it. All right, so we're in the interview portion of the show. We're joined by a former NFL player, current Rough and Rowdy superstar, Pacman Jones, fresh in the salon with a fat dip in. Pacman, welcome to the show. How we doing?
How you doing, man? You never know where you're going to catch me at. So y'all just caught me at the right place at the right time, I guess. I'm sitting here with the dip in, get my hair done. I just watched the fight of me and Bobby right here just chilling. I'm just cooling.
What do you dip? What are we dipping now?
Copenhagen wintergreen long cut.
Has it always been the flavor, or did you move around a little bit, or what?
I had Grizzly at first, but Grizzly was tearing my lip up too much, so I went to the Copenhagen.
And Grizzly will do that.
Grizzly rips it up, dude. You're right.
A lot of fiberglass.
I probably go through a can and a half.
A can and a half a day.
Yeah, I probably keep it in 20 minutes, spit it out, smoke one, rinse my mouth out, put another one in. Yeah, I go through probably a can and a half.
No, I don't see a spitter. You got a spitter there? What's
Yeah, it's right here on the side.
I didn't know if you were like a college baseball coach, just swallowing it, just living with it everywhere you go.
No. I ain't got to that point yet.
Now, how much chewing tobacco is in the NFL? Is that a common thing? If you go out, you gotta.
Yeah, it's a big common thing because you get fined for going to sleep in meetings. So that was my way of staying up in the meeting.
Oh, that's a good way to do it. Yeah.
I feel like that's an offensive line room thing. I didn't know it made its way to the DB's room, man.
It's a lot. It's a lot of guys that dip. It ain't just offensive linemen. Most of the linebackers dip. Pretty much all the special team guys.
Have you been doing it since the West Virginia days, or when did you pick it up?
Yeah, my coach Gibby. Shout out to Coach Gibby. He was my defensive back coach in West Virginia, and he was like, "Man, I'm tired of you going to sleep." And that's when I started dipping. I kind of fell off of it, and then I got fined so much in Tennessee. I started back dipping, so I didn't get fined.
Hey, what's up with the hair? Are we doing something new, or we same old, or what?
Oh no, we going business mode. I did go a little bit more blonde this time, but we'll see it on Friday.
Amen. Hey, let's talk about those West Virginia days for a second, because you had such an electric introduction, I think, last Rough and Rowdy coming out with the Mountaineer helmet. Back when you left, it seemed like as soon as you left West Virginia, they went into this heyday of like the coolest team in college football, Noel Devine and Steve Slayton and Pat White. Did that bother you as soon as you left West Virginia and all of a sudden it became like the coolest place to watch?
Well, we was already the coolest place. Maybe to you, but we was already like on a peak. I don't know if you remember, we was one game from going to a real big BCS bowl. We ended up losing to Pittsburgh. that last game my junior year. And my sophomore year, we was pretty decent too. We won the Big East. But, I was there. That was my senior class if I would have stayed. That year that they went to went and played Georgia down in Atlanta. But I don't think about it like that, man. I'm always thinking building something so the younger guys can come up and enjoy it. We had our time. We had a great run. I think I left a stain for my name and the team that we played and when we was there. But I never look at it like that, man. You always hope for the best and wish that the teams do better than we did. It helps us out if West Virginia wins the national championship, either if I was there or if I wasn't there.
Are you going to run back the helmet entrance with Country Roads? Because I got to tell you, that was one of the coolest entrances I've seen in pretty much anything.
I don't know. I can't tell you that right now.
All right. I appreciate it.
It's going to be some epic.
I appreciate it. How you feeling going in? Do you feel like, have you been you said you were watching tape earlier. Have you been training more? Is it one little thing that you're going to do differently? What's the thought process going in with the rematch against Bobby Lang?
Well, I didn't know the ring was that small.
Okay.
Last time. So when I was training in like a regular size ring. That's a big difference. When you get in the ring, you've been practicing in the bigger ring, you can run around a little bit more. But now I know what it is. So it's gonna be fun. I think I handled my business the last time, but with the things that I know now, I think I can stop him. I think I'll stop him in the second round. It might be early. We'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna use my quickness. But when I hit him, he gonna know I hit him.
Now, how does Bobby compare to, like, say, some of those great receivers maybe you had to match up against early, like a Reggie Wayne, or like you're going up against Bobby? Like, what type of competitor is Bobby compared to like what you're used to competing against with, like, in your storied career?
If I had to put him in a category, I would say he's a linebacker. He's a hard-nosed linebacker. He reminds me of who would I say? What's the kid who played with Green Bay, played with me?
Will Compton.
Who on the show with Pat McAfee?
Oh,
yeah, Clay.
Yeah, Clay.
Or,
No. AJ Hawk.
Other
AJ
long
Hawk,
hair.
yeah. So he remind me of AJ Hawk when it comes to physical, fearless, but everybody tough. So we'll see. I know one thing: if I can catch him flush, I don't think he can take it. He hit me one time the last fight. I think that was the strongest that he pretty much had. But we'll see. It's any given day. Anybody can be touched on any given day. So, but I'm eager. I love the fight. I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Was this always it? Like, you knew after football, you're like, hey, I want to get in the ring?
I knew. And it's bigger than this too, but I love this platform. I really need to knock Bobby out and then fight him again, and then pick who I want to fight on the platform. But I got a couple names of guys that I think that the people would love to see me fight. One of them is, a couple of them are ex-athletes, so we'll see.
If you could, obviously you'll save those for if you win. What about giving us?
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win.
All right, I like that. All right, so when you win, you'll save that for that. But what about maybe someone? What about a wide receiver? Who did you? Who was your toughest competition? Maybe a Steve Smith. Who was always like, man, I got to really tighten him up today on this Sunday?
Steve Smith wasn't like, I know he got that one play that in cover 2, it was a coverage break, but Steve Smith never gave me any problems. Like, Steve Smith not even in my fucking top 5. Like, you got to realize the people I played against. I played against Randy Moss. I played against T.O. Even AB. AB is a better receiver than Steve fucking Smith. Who else would I name? Hopkins. Hopkins is a good receiver.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's a dog. Odell, when Odell was in his prime, he was a dog. But like, you can name a lot of people, but I don't think and you got to realize I did miss a lot of time playing against Steve Smith, but the game that I played against him in, he wasn't the issue. It wasn't like I've never asked for help with Steve Smith.
Yeah. Would you like to see him in the ring maybe?
I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I looked it up. So we're Pacman. We're the Chicago sports podcast, and I looked it up. I think maybe from what I saw, you only played us once in 2013, and oddly enough, that was like our best offense ever. What did you think of that team? That was our Cutler year with Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey. That was actually a decent offense.
What you said, I didn't hear you say it one more time.
Brandon Marshall, he must have been a tough matchup. Where does he rank with those guys?
Oh yeah, B. Marshall definitely up in the top. Big, physical, can throw you around. Be in top 10 with me. I would say top 10. For the numbers that he got crazy numbers too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then now, and Eddie brings it up as us being big Bears fans, the huge story in Chicago, obviously Justin Fields, is he a guy you build around, look like an MVP candidate?
Man, hold on. Can I stop you right there?
Yeah, you can.
Why in the hell are you saying the question like this? Is he a guy? Let me ask you this. In this draft class, who playing better than him?
Nobody.
No,
All
that's
right,
our guy.
The year before that, you can keep going. Only the boy down in Philly. But we keep saying this like he's not playing good. Shame on the offensive coordinator not building the offense around it. He's not a guy that go and throw the fucking ball 65 times. But he's a guy that can win constantly every week if you build an offensive package around him. Before y'all got the receiver that y'all just got, y'all had fucking nobody.
Yeah. You're right. We like Darnell Mooney. He's solid.
Came back and played wide receiver and started with the Bears. So I hate when we sit here and we talk about like, oh, is he good enough? Now, if you talk about all the other quarterbacks, all the other tools they got around him, all the other quarterbacks, he didn't have that. He's just getting some.
So you are so you're in on Justin Fields.
I like that,
Just
Pacman.
now, like, and I don't want to throw the head coach up on the bus, but like, bro, come on, bro. Like, you need to figure out a way to make this your guy. All that other shit about should we draft, come on, bro. You cannot tell me that you can go. It's 32 teams right now. He's definitely in the top 12. We can name him. Is he better than Russell Westbrook right now? I'm going to say Russell Westbrook. Sorry.
Russell Wilson.
Russell.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's go down the list. Is he better than the kid with the Falcons right now?
Yes.
Yes, easily.
Mariota. Is
Yeah.
he better than Tennessee?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Coach.
Yes.
Yes.
Now I ain't gonna even say Jaguars. I'll leave him because y'all might be kind of biased on that. But his numbers is better than the kid down there in Jacksonville. Texans.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep going. Who I'm missing?
He's probably not better
San
than
Francisco. Hold on. San Francisco.
yeah.
Yeah, San Fran for sure.
If he would have been in San Francisco wouldn't have lost a game.
Fuck.
Think
right.
about that. Let's think about that now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because Shanahan offense is crazy. Come on, bro. Like, are we really sitting here asking, is he good enough? Is that the question? The question is, why in the hell is the head coach not coming out and said, no, he's way better than good enough. We got to find a way to make him be successful. That's the big thing. That's what we need to be talking about. But we don't do that because he's a black quarterback. That's first and foremost. And I hate to put the little race thing out there, but it is what it is. The black quarterbacks do not get as much. Get way more scrutiny than the other quarterbacks. Now, Baker Mayfield is the worst quarterback in the league. In some kind of way, it just feel like he's never playing bad to nobody. If somebody say something bad about him, he's the most what did Skip say? He's the most
in a bad
treated
situation.
wrong athlete. Man, get the hell out of here. The numbers don't lie, bro. The kid is really good. They just got to find a way to put the tools around him to play to the best of his ability. He's not a guy that just sit back and throw the ball. He's play action, put him on the run, let him throw out the boot, double move on the outside, and then let him use his feet.
You think he'll be better than Lamar, or you think you still like Lamar better?
he'll last longer than Lamar
Yeah.
because he can throw the ball better than Lamar.
Yeah. I like that.
Well, I mean,
like
it's
that.
I like this.
Lamar totally really, like, if you really look at it, bro, he relies a lot on his feet. A lot. And without a running game, Lamar got to have a good running back to be successful. Because if not, you're going to play coverage and treat him like a running back.
You take him over Kyler Murray, right?
Hell yeah. Kyler Murray. Bro, come on, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, and Kyler Murray just got 200-something big ones. And you cannot tell me Kyler Murray had maybe 3, I would say, and I hate to say this, I would say 6 standout games since he's been in the NFL. I'm talking about where you be like, oh my God, like he got a chance to be the next. But besides that, he's in between.
Mm-hmm.
He's in between. He throw behind, overthrow, ball late. Then you get him. He'll play good for 2-3 games. But that's a no-brainer right there.
Who's a coach you'd come out of retirement and play for? It doesn't sound like Cliff Kingsbury's on that list, but is there a coach out there you love?
Jeff Fisher.
Jeff Fisher.
But he's not coaching, so that's impossible.
Jeff Fisher's a good friend of the program.
He's been on the show.
Jeff Fisher is the only coach I would probably come out of retirement for.
And what makes Jeff Fisher different? He's like a fisherman. He's a wild dude.
Me too. I love everything about him. That's my idol. That's one of – he care about the players, man. He was a players coach. And, like, all the shit that I went through, he still kept up on me, stayed in contact with me, made sure I was all right, and even called Marvin Lewis with the Bengals to get me here. Like, that started that process with Deion and Coach Fisher calling here to get me here.
Yeah. Damn. There we go.
Hair looks good.
It looks great, man. Wow. There
Hair
we
looks
go.
good.
Gotta
And
go.
now that's a time too. Like, that's a lonely time. You know, when you're out of the league, or when people not talking to you, or are people talking to you more because you need help, or like, what was that like?
Oh, you know how it is. Everybody wants the door shut, it shuts, man. And that's what the younger athletes need to realize. Like, once you retire, if you don't have a relationship with the owners or the GMs, like, they're not calling you to come back. Like, it's the lights turn off once you leave out of there. But I would say Fisher was there when the lights turned off. DM was there when the lights turned off. Nobody else. Like, and I can go down the line between agents, friends, family, everything. Like, of course, my mom, but, like, besides that, nah.
What about Jerry Jones?
Of course, I got nothing but the utmost respect for Jerry. I love Jerry to death. You ain't ask me owners, but you asked me, you asked me coaches. But I love Jerry.
Yeah.
Like, Jerry it ain't words can't express how much I love Jerry. There's a reason why I still got 40 acres and a mule in Dallas. I'll leave it at that. But I love Jerry. Jerry is forever gonna be one of my tops.
And what do we usually ask this question to our guests as well? What was the first thing you bought when the signing bonus hit?
Oh, house and cars. We're from the projects, bro. You gotta realize, like, we was staying in the projects.
What kind of cars you
The
bought?
projects. The first thing I bought was the house, though. I spent cash for the house, which was the best idea. Fuck the cars. The house was a good investment.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a Bentley, a Lambo, and a Cadillac truck. And my mom a Chrysler 300. So those was my first 4 cars. Yeah.
Are you still adding to the garage, or are you done buying cars?
No, I'm a car guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a Subaru Legacy,
Yeah.
2015 Subaru Legacy, about 82,000 miles. Right now, make me a deal. I'll sell you the car.
Super Legacy ain't my style. I'm more like much like the Demon. I got the Demon, got the Trackhawk. I got a badass Smokey and the Bandit with an LS swap in it. I got the original motor to it too. What else I got? S63, S550, 2023 on both of those. Cadillac truck, Rolls Royce, Ghost.
There we go. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Is that enough?
That's a lot, Pacman. That's a lot.
Guys been good, man. That's why I'm working.
Yeah.
I stay working.
Yep,
For
That's
sure. Well, thanks, Pacman. Thanks for doing this. Buy RNR.com. Great fight, big fight. I'm excited. We love watching Bobby, especially that first fight was so good. If you win, we're going to open the show with a nice dip of Copenhagen Wintergreen next show. I promise you that, all right? In your honor.
Go ahead and get the dip ready, baby.
Let's do it. Thanks, Pacman. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank y'all, man.
See ya.
Yeah, so that's Pacman Jones, and you heard it from him. Justin Fields is the guy, and he might even be our best. Pacman might be our number one receiver.
Pacman, he might be number one hype man for Justin Fields after that, it sounds like.
Oh, you must not have caught that in the party. He goes, man, I'll play receiver for the Bears right now. Some shit like that. Yeah. We like that. We like that attitude. A lot of cars and a lot of bad quarterbacks in the NFL, too. The kid from Atlanta.
100%. College football?
I'm ready. I almost feel like this time of year, baseball and college football are just competing for headlines. And with all the Deion stuff, the transfer portals going wild, guys changing jobs left and right, this is like you got to have like alerts on your phone. And I never have alerts on my phone.
Yeah, we know that. You got fucking do not disturb on.
Yeah. How about for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think about the playoff Final Four? Were you fine with that? Because like you were the big guy last week being like, I want SC.
I see can get fucked. They had because I took them
to win that game.
Yeah, I took them -3, and they just completely came out of the gates blazing fire. And I know Caleb Williams got banged up, but then their defense forgot how to tackle and whatever. I'm disgusted with them. So fuck them. But I don't know, man. I know people are gonna be like, it's not about that, dickhead. But at the same time, like, it does feel like Georgia shouldn't have to play Ohio State first.
Why they should have to play TCU?
Yeah, but I know it's about who should be slotted in the right spot.
So
selfishly, I wanted Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah, so. But I think you can make the argument that they're not slotted in the right spot.
That TCU's not slotted in the right spot.
That if Ohio State has one loss, and it's to the number 2 team, and TCU has one loss and it was to wherever Kansas State finished, then I think based on resume, you could say Ohio State is better than TCU. I think Ohio State is better than TCU.
And to be fair, the first 3 quarters of that game was close.
Yeah.
They got the wheels fell off in the fourth.
Yeah, they got bullied a little bit as that game went along. Yeah.
That fourth quarter or that overtime or just under overtime, Max Duggan was.
Yeah. Oh,
that guy's a fucking.
He's a G. He's a college football like quarterback, like one of those names that you'll remember. Let me ask you a question, because this is what Dave was saying he wanted over the weekend. He wanted a 2-loss Bama over TCU.
No,
I think they'd beat them
for viewing purposes. Like sure,
I mean Big Ten versus SEC. I think Bama's down, and Bama would. I mean they'd be the 4, so they'd get smoked by Georgia again. And then I don't know.
They didn't play Georgia this year, though.
They didn't?
No.
Oh yeah, they lost to LSU and then
Tennessee.
That's right. That's right.
They did not deserve it, though.
Yeah,
no,
I think
know.
this is probably the worst
I just don't
Bama team
think
I can
that
remember.
TCU's a top 4 team. I get why USC fucked themselves. They lost to what was Utah 9-3. They lost to Utah twice, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Lost to Utah, so they're done because they lost twice to a 9-win team. TCU's only
Utah just has their number too.
Yeah.
Every year it seems like that's a good
Kyle Whittingham.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's such a nobody talks about it. He's just an awesome coach. He's built a great program at Utah. But I don't know. I don't think TCU's top 4 team. Like if you were to handicap that game right now and place a spread on it, I think it'd be like Bama -7.
Yeah, but it's not about.
I understand that.
It's about exactly.
Of course.
And based on.
Right. Who has the strongest resume.
Correct.
And I think you would argue that TCU has a stronger resume.
Correct.
Yeah. This is like, I've kind of been against expansion of the playoff. This would be the year to have it. Because normally I feel like it's hard to find
You think so?
Yeah, because I think there's Georgia and Michigan. Okay, so you either have to go in one of two directions. Go back to the old BCS where it's like we have 2 top teams, and then that we don't even need 3 and 4. Or I think the parity between 3. Let me pull up the final rankings, but I think there's a lot of like very, very good teams and not a lot of great teams this year.
Interesting you say that, because I'm looking at the bowl schedule, and I don't know if anyone felt this way. I do not see many games that I'm intrigued by.
So I haven't looked at it.
And
but
that's kind of sad to me, because I usually see, I'm like, oh, I'm excited for this matchup, that matchup. And it's not like this person's not playing in this bowl because of whatever.
Right.
I just don't see many. I don't know. Like I like the Texas Washington a little bit. Yeah, I think Ewers is not that great, but
Notre Dame Catholics versus Cox.
Just like, no, that doesn't really, it doesn't do it for me.
I agree with you.
But I like Penix, so I like that. Kind of intrigues me a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Utah, Penn State.
Wait, where's Penix transferred to?
He's at Washington.
He is at okay.
Yeah.
And
did not know that.
Yeah, I don't know the rest of it. Is it doing it? Does Mississippi State, Illinois do anything for you?
It does, because I like Brandon and going to the College World Series with him and having a good like working relationship with him. I reached out to him right away.
Are you going?
I don't know. He said that we could like plan something. I would like to go. It's a really tough time of the year to be traveling, for obvious reasons, for an 8-4 game. And again, like he's got all that shit with his family and stuff. Who knows? That guy works around the clock, so you give him this like 10-day break, right, where we don't have to do anything. Be interesting to see if we get down there with him, but it's a compelling matchup for no other reason than he is such a lightning rod for Mississippi State.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we can create some good shit for the kid. Like I look at it as like he and I can do something funny, whether it's come on this show or I can go on his show and talk to him, and then hopefully kind of just at least give a little bit more buzz to the game.
Yeah.
You know, like that's kind of where I look at it, where it's like, all right, well, if you were going to give me a matchup with anybody at Barstool, if my job is to give buzz or like
totally
promote
that's
the
a
game, I
Barstool.
think Brandon is the first person I would pick. Maybe Big Cat if it's Wisconsin. That would probably never happen, right? But
it's a Barstool game for sure.
yeah, so but to be honest with you, that's the only reason that it really jumps out to me otherwise.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice for Illinois to go down and put a whooping on an SEC school, or if that defense shows up and gives up 10 fucking points and I can run my mouth in the wintertime. But
that's true. Cincy, Louisville, a little bit, just because since you just posted a coach.
Satterfield, yeah.
So that has a little bit
It's also
of
kind of like an odd, like regional kind
Very
of game
close.
too, yeah. But back to the 12 teamer. Okay, so like you're not intrigued by any of those matchups, right? The
and I'm
bowl
intrigued by the
matchups.
playoff, obviously, too. Just to
Right,
be
of
clear,
course,
yes.
yeah. But if it was the 12 team, you'd remove Washington. I guess the rule is that a group of 5 team would get in, and that would be Tulane. So you'd have Bama, Tulane, which Bama probably takes care of them, no problem. But then I would love to see Tennessee play Penn State. That would be the 6-11. The 7-10 would be Clemson against SC. That, like, you're not getting fired up for that. And then it's Utah, Kansas State. And those are 2 teams that, like, will hit you in the mouth, run the
Utah,
ball.
Kansas State would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I don't think Clemson
SC.
Tennessee, no hookers, not the same.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Clemson.
But I also don't think Penn State's that good. So it's like what happens in that game. And but I think that would be and then I do think you never know. There'd be a little bit of chaos, and then you have teams like hosting at their home stadium, and I think it would be more. I wouldn't be surprised outside of the Tulane at Bama game if any one of those teams won. It's all kind of so like those would.
And that's the point.
And that's my point,
right?
Is that this would be a year. It's not like the team that finished 5th is really like they should have been 4th and they could have killed whoever. And then I also think TCU and Ohio State could lose their first round game, and whoever comes out of that pool, and that would to me would be more compelling. Like this would be the year because there is more parity in college football. It seems.
Yeah, I guess there's too much parity. I just don't think anyone's great, and maybe that's why I'm just like, all right, let's.
I don't know. I'd say Georgia's pretty fucking great.
Besides Georgia.
Yeah.
Besides Georgia, to be clear.
Yeah.
I think Georgia's fucking really good.
Georgia's good. That we talked about him before for the Bears, but that Jalen Carter, when he picked up JT Daniels in the SEC championship game, like he was on his knee and then just like with one arm stood up with a quarterback in his arm and put the number 1 finger in the air. I'm like,
Yeah.
get that guy to the Bears right now. Okay, you come on down. We got the 2nd pick. We're using it on you.
And I should say, Michigan, like, I'm not going to doubt them yet either. Like, they have if they win this game.
I would expect them to win that game.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
We can talk about that. Chief and I
Michigan
have
might be
a
good
little
too,
bit of differing take on TJ. What's his face? Quarterback.
JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy. Why did I say
JJ.
TJ? JJ McCarthy, Nas kid. I think he's going to be an absolute fucking superstar.
Dave thinks
Do
he's a
you?
top 5 pick. I don't. I think
Is he a freshman or is he a sophomore?
He's a sophomore.
I know he played last year as a true freshman, but did he lose his shirt?
But I don't think it matters for because if he's as good as you say, then he's not going to be using that final year of eligibility anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Fair. But I think that now that he's got a season as the guy under his belt, next year it's just going to be bombs away with him.
Maybe. When I watch him, I don't see a guy who's overly accurate. And
I think you can develop that. You said you can't.
I feel like you don't.
Some guys just have it for sure.
Look, I'm not like a quarterback guru, so maybe there is something like Josh Allen just tightened up his mechanics and he became much more accurate, as an example in your argument.
Yeah.
But I do think more times than not, if you don't have it at this stage of your development, it doesn't come. And then other guys just have it. Like Jeff Garcia never had an arm, but he played and started and was back up and got a million jobs until he was like fucking 45 years old because
really
he could,
good career. Yeah.
right, because he could put the ball where he wanted.
Yep.
If you're smart and you're accurate,
And on time, yep.
you can play. And even guys like the guy who's like gamed the backup system made like $100 million. The guy who I'm blanking on his name right now from the Bears,
Mizzou?
Missouri.
Chase Daniel.
Chase Daniel. He's that. Like a guy just smart, gets the ball out on time, accurate. Boom. You can play, even if you don't have an arm. And I think the guys that have the big arm, Ryan Mallett, Jake Locker, some of these guys that are
bowler.
huge arm but not accurate, those guys flame out more quickly than the guys who are accurate. And it's like if they didn't have it in college, it's not going to come in the NFL. David Carr is another example of that.
Yeah, I'm not overly impressed.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not. I'm not. Not to say he's bad. I think obviously. I think he's a solid college quarterback.
Solid,
and
yeah.
I think he's done. And also but he didn't get full time last year either.
True.
So
Right.
like next year he might come back after a year and a half. Not even a half. He didn't get a half last year, I would say either.
Yeah, I would agree.
So he might come back after a full year and be like even better. So like he may get there, but I'm not ready to go there yet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stop, which people are gonna shit on me after this, but I'm not kidding. I think the Irish should look into DJ a little bit.
I'm sorry, what?
I think the Irish should look into DJ a little bit. Yeah, we talked about mercenaries. We talked about mercenaries.
But I don't think he's a mercenary. I don't think DJ Agungaga.
He's your argument right there.
I know.
Yeah,
Big time arm.
He's not accurate.
Right.
Yeah. I
what
have
I
a guy that
understand-
I want,
Who's that?
Devin Leary, NC State. The thing with him is he going to be healthy? Because he had a torn pec, and that's not an easy injury for a quarterback. But he was ACC Player of the Year. He had the year before in 2021 when he was healthy, threw for like 3,600 yards, 35 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's a good athlete. He reminds me of like Ian Book, but with a big arm, like extends plays with his feet, but not like Justin Fields or anything.
Dude, who was the NC State Russell Wilson?
Yeah,
And he was a big transfer.
Sure was.
What coach did he end up picking?
He went to Wisconsin.
Who was the coach? Oh, fucking Leary was just in Champaign.
Oh, was he really? I didn't know that. Missed
Anybody
that.
putting some dots together? Brett Bielema gets to say, "Hey, I've
the
got
transfer king.
experience."
I'm the transfer king.
Former ACC Player of the Year,
I like that.
Wolfpack quarterback.
That's an angle. I mean, that's an angle for sure. But I think he's the best available, and he's a grad transfer. He's not like a strict, but he's a grad transfer. But I think he has 2 years left.
I think
So-
it's
so
so weird with the
Yeah.
just
And
my-
Tommy DeVito just had a good year, so I just say that.
He did.
Yeah.
Does he have eligibility?
No,
left? That
he's
guy
but
must
he's
be-
been
gotta
around
be like
forever. I
28.
think this was his last. I think so.
The quarterback thing, it's insane. JT Daniels in the portal again. This is his
Fourth.
fourth fucking team.
How that's insane.
Wasn't he on USF?
He went from Southern Cal to Georgia to West Virginia.
Okay.
He's going to play in all fucking Power
Every
5 conferences by the time this is over. Keaton Slovis is out of there. Jerkovich is going to Pitt. It's crazy
Yeah.
right now. It's
Yeah.
crazy right now.
Sure.
Do you still
Jerkovich is
have a
from
future
there.
on
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Slovis?
Yeah, that was.
bring that up.
Yeah, that guy sucked.
That hurts.
Yeah, so that is the thing that Notre Dame needs, though. They
But
need a
I
quarterback.
know they need a quarterback, but hear me out. All right.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, with DJ, it's all between the ears.
That's a big problem.
It's all between the ears. If Tommy could coach that guy up, I think there's talent there.
To me, I would rather roll with Buckner than go to DJ.
But if you haven't both, I mean,
Yeah, but then it's like if you're bringing a guy in and then you do the whole thing like, hey, we're bringing in this quarterback, and then he's not good enough to he's not the difference maker starter.
Yeah.
Then I think that becomes like it can be a culture problem. I think if you're bringing in a guy to be your starting quarterback, he better be like a no doubt.
Surefire.
Yeah, and
Like
I think DJ. I think he stinks.
I just seen some throws that I fell in love with. You know, when you get into that
the game against Notre Dame.
He can do that.
The game against Notre Dame a couple years ago, it was the COVID year, but Notre Dame beat them. He was unbelievable filling in for Trevor Lawrence. Like, he was like, this guy's going to be a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
And then something happened where, I don't know, like
And the way people are talking about him out the door, they're like, no one's wishing him anything but the best. Like, nobody's
he's a nice boy.
Everybody loves him, I guess. Like, he's just like the nicest
Yeah.
kid ever. And I don't know. I saw an article, and I people are piecing it together. Did you see what McDaniel did for Tua?
No,
Did you see that article last week? An article came out
about what did he do? He cut up 700 positive plays.
Yes. So
of
Tua apparently.
Well, he didn't cut it up. I mean, somebody on his staff
someone
did,
else
but it's a
did.
nice project.
Yes. So Tua got to a place last year, I guess, where he was very down, very bad, poor confidence, and was like, I might suck. I might just be bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, that's a between the ears thing, and he was
Totally.
like, I'm done. And he was like, maybe thinking about retiring, taking a step back. Like, I might be dead. This might not be for me. McDaniel cut together, or someone on his staff, like Carl said, a 700 play highlight tape. It was like, dude, you could fucking, you know what I
can
mean?
do this shit. Yeah.
I'm like, look at Tua.
Yeah, and then he also went out and got him.
Two of the best receivers in football.
Yeah.
have
He's like,
anything to do with
Coach, I
that?
can't hit guys unless they're open by 10 yards. Don't worry, we're going to get guys that are open by 10 yards.
But still, though, I'm just saying, like,
Throw
I
it
think
straight down the
there's-
field.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, maybe. I can't never say never, but if they brought in DJ, I would not be like doing cartwheels, like, because I really do think Notre Dame they're pretty close. Like, and I like Drew Pine for what he is, but you're not winning. You're not going to the playoff with Drew Pine. It's just not going to happen. And that SC game, he played as best he possibly could, and it's not good enough. So if they have aspirations of being a team that perennially competes for a playoff spot,
And he's out anyways.
yeah, I know. But I think supposedly they had a Reeves and Freeman and maybe someone else had a meeting with the quarterbacks, being like, hey, like, here's the situation. We're bringing in a quarterback. And, we love you guys, but we have to bring in.
See ya.
And Drew Pine's got 3 years of eligibility left. So he's probably like, you know what? I put on enough film that I can go somewhere, and I'm sure he can. Like, I bet he'd be an upgrade for Northwestern.
I'm arguing about that on guys on the Northwestern message board
Yeah.
as we speak.
I'm
That's
sure.
why I asked you about it.
Yeah, you asked me over the weekend, but I do think he'd be an upgrade there, which is not saying much. But I think he could be a mid-tier Big Ten quarterback, and people would be happy about it.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
But Notre Dame just has different. If you're trying to win 8 games, Pine's perfect for you.
Yeah.
If you're trying to win 12,
A little tough.
yeah.
I just have 2 more notes, college football related. 2 more
Yeah,
notes.
take 10.
Sorry. Northwestern is one, Dave. John Holacek, defensive coordinator. Your thoughts?
That's not happening.
It's not for sure.
No, where did you see that?
I mean, it's very fresh. It's rumored.
It's rumored, but those rumors are
What do you think about
completely
that, Carl?
incorrect.
Do you
John
see that?
Holacek's
Loyola
he
head
was the
coach.
Loyola head coach. He
17
turned them
years.
in. He played in the NFL for like a decade. Turned Loyola Academy into a power within Illinois high school. He's got every tie. They're creating a position for him where he's going to be like the director of high school recruiting or something similar to that. Where
Yes.
he's like the point guy. He has all the relationships built in. Obviously, he has a tie with Fitz. Not just proximity tie, but Fitz is his son.
Fitz likes the way he coaches his son.
I mean, everybody does.
Fitz
Though.
wants-
He's got a great.
Can you help me
reputation
coach
in the
my
state.
boys the way you coach my boy?
No, I did. I actually did see that. I mean, Fitz he'd be walking the green mile if he hired a guy to jump from high school to be his defensive coordinator.
Well, I mean, again, I'm sorry to beat this. Like, it's his kid's high school football coach. I would have a field day with that. And if it didn't work out as an Illinois guy, be like, Northwestern, they built this like fucking unbelievable facility and the money and where the story goes. So it's like, yeah, now they're going to add to the coaching staff.
It's not the coaching staff.
Go to Loyola. Okay, they're going to go to the program staff. Add to this, In any event, they'd be bringing this guy in to bolster the program.
If the rumors are true, because I don't know this definitively yet, and I asked actually on the way home.
He did resign yesterday.
I asked on the way home, and if he was named the defensive coordinator, I would be vehemently against that. I would be like, this is a fucking joke. What the fuck is Fitz doing? But after just sending a handful of text messages out there, I'm like, no, I forget the exact phrasing, but it's going to be like director of recruiting or something like that.
Okay.
Which, in that case, I'm 1,000% for it.
Okay.
1,000% for it. Because they had this running back. He was a walk-on kid, Jacob Schmidt. You guys may remember him. He was decent back with like Trevor Siemian and everything. Never a starter really, but he played frequently, and he was eventually a scholarship kid, all that. After he graduated, he was their like ipso facto director of recruiting. Now he just transitioned to the like the NIL head. So he's going to be directing all of that, and they're creating an actual, not ipso facto, position for Holisek that is going to be, I'm sure he's going to get a massive pay bump, because I can't imagine Loyola Academy or any Catholic school or public school, it doesn't even matter, pays head coach, more than, I don't know, 100 grand, 125 grand, maybe a little more than that to be their head coach. I'm talking for the powers like Lincoln Way, East, Glenbard West, all those schools. I'm guessing he's going to get a sizable pay bump, won't have to relocate or anything to be this position. So I'm all for it if what I gather is correct and not him being named defensive coordinator.
Yeah. It was too juicy of a rumor not to bring up, though. Because, I mean, shout out to him, though. John Holisek did an unbelievable job.
Incredible job, yeah.
Built a fucking powerhouse.
It's a powerhouse. Year in and year out, they're, arguably the best team in state. And they don't even do it. I mean, obviously they have their D1 kids pretty much every year, but it's, more of the, it's not like they're spitting out national recruits every year. They win because of coaching aside.
Yeah.
Winning because they have the best players on the field.
Yeah, they do a good job.
Most talented players, I should say.
What's the other point? The other nugget.
Really anything on the, you guys got any takes on the Deion thing?
I thought it was cool, and I thought it was real. And I thought it probably uncomfortable for those kids, but better to hear it then when you get older. Like, that is life. Like, Deion just went in there and was like, I don't give a fuck. You're 1-11. I got kids coming. This is the world we live in now. So, yeah, I'm sure there's some kids in there that were uncomfortable, but like you said, that's fucking life, man. Like, that's going to happen to you at some point. And if they're not good enough, good for him. Crazy hire by Colorado. Heard something they don't even have the money yet. Like, they got to go raise the money now.
AD straight up said that. Yeah.
That's
which is that's always been a problem for that program, is having the funds needed for coaching. They used to have a law on the books in Colorado that capped what you could pay assistant coaches, which is why since like Gary Barnett got them in trouble, they haven't been able to like have any success because they just haven't had any financial resources. So now that law has been repealed, and now they got the sizzle from Deion. I'm interested to see if he can actually do it at this level.
It's such a swing, man.
It's
they
go
had
big or
to
go
though.
home.
They kind of
to,
had
you're
to.
right.
Yeah,
you're right. 1-11, coming off pretty much 2 decades of bad.
Like
football.
this is how I think. Of it. This is a dude that has like, and I know that he a lot of these kids that he's going to be recruiting probably never saw an ounce of Deion Sanders. Every one of these kids know who Deion Sanders is. He's a celebrity.
It's prime time.
He's prime time, and a lot of these kids coming from lower class families, not a lot of money. They dream to be the Deion Sanders, and they're in the new age with the NIL. He's weaponizing that, and he's the best at it. And by all accounts, just from like what I've talked to Dana Beard and shit about, he gives a shit about these players too. Like, he wants you to mold you into a thoughtful, articulate young man.
Bro,
he
Pacman said it. Pacman
Yeah.
said, he goes, there's only 2 people that fucking looked out for me, Jeff Fisher and Deion.
There you go.
Not family.
I didn't.
Nothing. He goes,
I hadn't
maybe
listened to
my
the interview
mom a little
myself,
bit,
yeah.
but No, there were two guys when he was at his lowest and nobody wanted to talk
Jackson
to him.
State,
He
his
didn't even
kids were
hesitate.
graduating.
We weren't even talking
they were
about
getting good
Deion.
grades. Like he gives a shit about that, and people are just going to automatically assume, oh, he's handing out duffel bags to these kids. He doesn't have to do that anymore.
Yep.
He can do this.
Well,
in
now
a very,
he is going to.
Well, he's going to, but like he doesn't
Legally.
like not
Yeah, it's
under
legal.
the table with
Right.
boosters, secret handshakes, and all that shit, which is fine. I think that's good for the health. Like
I do worry
we
about.
all love where college football was 5, 10, 20 years ago, of course,
20.
and change is always scary. This is a good thing. I mean, those players, a handful of years ago, they couldn't even transfer to a school that the school you were transferring from didn't want you to.
Right.
They could block you saying,
Yep.
hey, you're not going there.
Right.
They're on our schedule 3 years from now.
Sorry.
We don't want you beating us.
Yeah.
Now the players have more,
Right. No, it's everyone.
you know,
I'm
and they're
on
the
board with
revenue
that.
drivers in the end.
Do you think that? I mean, I'm surprised. I was surprised that he took that job. Do you think that SC and UCLA?
Oh yeah,
They, like
they
that
are
conference
fucking
is there for
thrilled
the taking. Yeah,
because I'm telling you right, I think they're thrilled that they're leaving. Well, I think Lincoln Riley is thrilled that he's not going to have to go up against him because I think he's going to dominate California.
Deion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
I
think
What do
he'll
you say,
dominate.
California?
I don't know. I just like that's just to me.
That used to be
California
the
is
hotbed.
TikTok, and I
Yeah.
think California is like that new
They-
age where like everyone likes that flash, and Deion has that exposure,
And-
that's like it's right there. That's such a hotbed for high school football.
He's Hollywood.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's prime time, you know.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to have a lot of success there, and I think that's going to be a situation where he has a good situation there
Yeah.
with the Pac-12. The only thing I worry about is other coaches wanting to throw a spoke in it. I don't think they're going to like him causing a ruckus. So like I have my radar up for that.
Yeah, but
Oh,
they said
definitely.
that that about Lane too, and Lane has kind of made it work down there. And although he still sources so much drama, that whole Auburn recruitment process for Lane, and is he going? Is he not? That was fun. Yeah, so this is the drama for college football this time of year is crazy, and Deion. I don't know. We had that college football draft years ago now, and I've always been like Colorado's a cool program, and now it actually is.
Yeah,
It
I
could
don't
be,
agree
yeah.
with Dave where he said they're going to be in the playoff in 2 or 3 years. I don't agree with that at all.
I don't think so either.
And
I think that he's going to be perennially putting together top 5 recruiting classes.
Well, we'll see what this
We'll
roster
see.
looks like this coming
Maybe.
year. Yeah, because that is kind of one of those things where I do think like he has all the momentum now. Okay, but if they go 6-6 next year, even if that's a huge improvement, I think other coaches can start to negatively recruit against him, and you don't have.
I was
like,
just about to ask that.
Yeah, you don't have that like cool factor after you go 500 and you can't do it in Power 5, and like, this kind of thing. So
yeah, I don't
What-
think it's a surefire lock.
Do you
don't think
see
it
a
is.
scenario where he doesn't succeed? Like it's like, all
Yeah.
right,
I think that's a hard place to win. I do.
Yeah.
I think that's a hard place to recruit, a hard place to win.
I definitely see a scenario where it does not work out.
Yeah.
If I know Deion like I think I do, he said there is offers coming in from other places. I'm sure there is a
I think
lot
it
of
was
them.
Cincinnati and
Yeah.
yeah.
After what's his face went to Fickle, went to Wisco.
Right.
I think that the 1-11 record might have been a small selling point for him because he just seems like a guy that he constantly has to be challenged and challenge himself. You know,
Maybe
he was talking
Like,
about how
it's a true rebuild.
how like he was looking for money because him and his mom didn't have it when he was getting recruited before he was prime time and all that. And I think it's just like he's one of those guys that's wired to constantly need that. Like he did it at Jackson State, and now he's here's the new challenge. And once he does it at Colorado, it'll be like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
And I personally like those kind of people, and I wish I was one of those kind of people. Instead, I'd rather cheat my face off and watch fucking cartoons and Family Guy on TV.
Yeah. All right.
But
That's it. That's all I got. Congrats to Illinois basketball, by the way.
I
Thank
will
you.
actually
Huge win
be
against
following that
Texas.
program.
Good bounce back.
It's interesting.
Good bounce back.
Definitely.
Lost at Maryland, win in the Garden. So yeah, Underwood. That's a good team.
Would respond to adversity too. That timeout from Hawkins, and then to still hit that 3 and send it to overtime and win.
Yeah, huge. Hawkins is averaging over 4 assists a game now too.
Yeah.
Dynamic, big player, funny guy. That's a very good team, and I think that you can only have so many. You can only fluke your way out of a Final Four season so many times. COVID, Sister Jean, Houston's illegal recruiting. So this could be the year. be down there to check it out.
Could be the year.
Yeah. We'll see. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Subscribe to our YouTube page as we approach the Brian Urlacher milestone.
Has anybody else been number
do.
54 in this city? He's kind of got a monopoly on it, I feel like.
Think so.
Yeah.
All right.
All gas.
No breaks.
DJ, play that shit.